Michael, I'm pumped, but I'm worried. Assassin's Creed Shadows revealed new stealth gameplay details. Sam Seppiol over at Insider Gaming. Ubisoft has provided players with new stealth gameplay details for Assassin's Creed Shadows. The main focus of the new gameplay was Naoe, the agile shinobi. However, some skills are applicable to Yasuke, the samurai, too. Assassin's Creed Shadows' new stealth features are Observe and Eagle Vision. Eagle Vision's back? With the removal of Eagle Vision Companion, players in Assassin's Creed Shadows will have to rely on two different scouting mechanics. The first to observe, allowing players to identify targets, tag, and monitor enemies and highlight lootable stashes, collectibles, and quest objectives. Players can also examine nearby locations through a sync point while using the observe skill. Curious to see how this one works. Next is Eagle Vision, and this is Assassin's Creed stealth mechanic. It identifies enemy positions and lets you tag them behind walls and other objects. Eagle Vision will also isolate any relevant sounds and enemies make and let you find hiding spots. Naoe can use these skills separately and concurrently to survey the area better. Michael, we're going to break this down segment by segment, buddy. What do you think about that one so far?
I like that one, right? I'm curious, when we remove the Eagle Companion to give us Eagle Vision, seems like we could have just kept the Eagle Companion right at that point because it feels like the same thing. But no, I think those are very interesting, right? This is all you, though, right? I told you. We already talked about this. When this comes out, I am Yasuke. I am running you down with a giant samurai sword, a giant mace, and I'm just going to, I'm going to try and see if I can beat the whole game with Yasuke, right? They say you can't do it. I'm going to try because stealth isn't for me. But I know you're the stealth guy, so I know you got to be pumped about these.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely in there for the observe mechanic, right? I want to see what this is. I can start tagging people and all this kind of stuff, right? So before you highlight them all and whatever. So now I can tag, monitor, okay, identify my targets, cool locations. A lot of this speaks to me as one of the biggest stealth fans on the ITG team. So I'm very curious to see how that goes. Eagle Vision was something we had way back when. And then we got into the actual eagles and flying, right? So things changed over the time, and now we're kind of going back a little bit to the roots. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, to have that vision, I'm curious how they get the vision mechanic, or is it just off the hop and away you go, right? Assassin's Creed Shadows stealth tools. Let's talk about these. As a stealthy shinobi in Assassin's Creed Shadows, Naoe uses an array of tools to move around as sneakily as possible. Naoe has 4 primary tools: smoke bomb, shinobi bells, the kunai, and shuriken. The first 2 are great for escaping or distracting enemies, while the others are better for damaging or stunning them. Michael, again, right? Speaking to my playstyle, smoke bombs are back. This is something we saw a long time ago. I'm trying to remember. They were in Mirage, so I guess do they come and go? It's just funny how the series kind of just up and down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think for me, the kunai is that weapon that we saw in the trailer. I'm like, oh, that looks sick.
Yeah.
I am so hyped. If there's a reason for me to play Naoe, it's going to be the kunai. I think that weapon is super awesome. Again, I like the smoke bomb. I do appreciate that the smoke bombs are back. You could do some very fun things if you get overwhelmed. Smoke bomb down, run away. I appreciate that because I definitely bite off way more than I can chew several times in Assassin's Creed. So the fact I'm going to get a smoke bomb to escape if I am playing as Naoe, I'm okay with that.
Nice. Dude, the return of a double assassination.
Nice. Okay.
Oh,
I'm back to that.
About time, right? Because it has been gone. In Mirage, you could do your Mirage ability. It was like the mark and execute in Splinter Cell. That's how it plays out. But yeah, now they have this come back. And it came in Assassin's Creed 2. That's when everybody lost their minds when all of a sudden we saw them in the E3 preview. They jumped off and just went through both at the same time. It was like, whoa, we could do that. Assassin's Creed Shadows players can go in the ultimate stealth runs thanks to the return of the double assassination. All you need to do is have Tanto as your primary weapon and unlock the dedicated skill to perform the double assassination with the hidden blade. Yeah, I'm back, Michael. What about you?
Oh, I love double assassinations, right? They're giving me a lot of reasons. Obviously, we haven't got the Yasuke preview, so I'm kind of hoping that when we get that, it's going to be exciting. But man, you're right. Double assassinations, when I saw them for the first time, when you did it in the game for the first time, you're just like, all right, where's the next group of enemies? Like, I want to do this again, and I want to do this again. So hyped for that. Might actually get me to put down that kunai, though, because like I said, that weapon is one that I'm like, I'm going to use that 100% of the time whenever I can. But man, is there a better feeling in Assassin's Creed, Drew, that just the double assassination and you're just like, you're done. You're both gone. I'm chilling. Nobody knows what even happened?
No, this is going to be one of the coolest things, right? I've been so longing for that to come back. So yeah, it'd be a nice return. There's also a non-lethal stealth mechanic, which you can get into as well, which I thought was super, super cool. So enemy reactions, while developing Assassin's Creed Shadows stealth mechanics, the developers also focused on enemy tactics. Servants are now our new non-lethal enemy that will be introduced to the game. They cannot harm you, but can raise alarm to reveal your locations to other enemies. So something to be aware of, right? Yasuke stealth features. Ready for this one? This is one you need to be worried about. Last but not least, are Yasuke stealth mechanics in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yasuke is a samurai and a character that players should pick up for a more aggressive approach.
That's me.
However, players can be stealthy if they use their bow and start picking enemies off from a distance. Yasuke can get behind enemies and deal swift finishing blows with his melee weapons. So there you go, Michael. Another approach you can take with Yasuke instead of just barging in the front door.
I don't hate if it's good bow and arrow gameplay. I don't hate that. I'll throw out a couple like I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna shoot you. Maybe use this to make up for the fact that I'm not gonna be as stealthy getting into wherever I need to go. So I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that they've said like, look, Aaron, if you want to play Yasuke like myself, if you don't want to be stealthy, we'll give you something to maybe at least find those workaround moments. I am curious. We talked about this a lot. How much they're gonna force you to swap. I understand there's two characters. They're not gonna let me just main Yasuke the whole time. But I'm curious if it's 50-50, if you can go 70-20 one way, I can go 70-20 the other way. I'm very curious how many swaps you and I are going to have to execute when we both just want to play one character the whole time.